Alrighty, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. I'm Sirius Graves, and this is part 5. And we're still doing Bloodbath, and we made it to the ruins. So we're gonna go check that out and see if we can figure out that puzzle.
I am not sure. We had better be careful.
Okay. Let's go. Staff. That's where we go first,
I saw
right?
this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium.
Okay, so first we need...
Which way should we go, Holmes?
There ought to be some clues here. Let's take a look around. I saw this symbol in the tunnels underneath the Frigidarium. I saw this...
You're gonna say that about everything. First we're gonna go this way, because that's what you glanced at. Okay. And then the bridge. And then this way, I believe. No. Okay. Oh, we have to, I think, balance these out. You need to put the correct rocks on to each of the pillars to open the door. To open this one. Oh, wait. This one. And this one on the left. I think that's white. And then red on the center. And this one here. And this one here. Okay, and what did that open? No, I don't want to go that way. I want to go... Can you get out of my way, please? This way. And then lastly... we go this way. Ew, there's like bugs down here. Is that what that meant? Gross. Okay, and then... the moon and the sickle. And then the sun thingy this way. And then, oh, I guess it doesn't matter, it goes both directions, same direction. Meets in the same direction, that's what I meant to say. Okay, I don't know if these break if I run, so I won't run. And then in this final room, we got this way.
Look, it's the golden knife. But how to get it?
Okay. Let's go back to the center. Okay. I need to go to the one with the lever. Okay.
Watson, I need your help.
And then just the opposite of where are you at? Okay, you're there. So you go this way. Okay, switch back and turn it back off. Stop. Oh, okay. First lever. Okay, which one does he do? This one. Okay, so you can go back to the center of the room. How? Oh, right here. Okay. Walk forward so you're right in front of the golden knife.
This lamp is not old. The oil is still fresh. Perhaps Sir Rodney passed by here.
No, I do not think so. Remember, he went no further than the catacombs underneath the Frigidarium. The murderer left this lamp.
Okay. Switch to Watson deck and then activate the second lever. Okay.
golden knife of Mithras. A long-lost relic has resurfaced. Watson, it is time to conclude this case. Excellent. Now, we should find another way of getting out of here.
Okay. Okay. Back to the center of the room. I'm not gonna do the clues until I get us both out of here. Okay. No. I want you to go to the next one. There you go. Okay, and where's the 3 levers again? There they are. First lever, this one. Switch back and go back and activate this. Switch to Watson. And then this one. Okay. Head up the stairs. Wait. Switch back to Holmes, and this time activate the lever on the left. Switch to Watson and head into the corridor through now the open gate. Inside the corridor, there'll be a lever to your left and to your right. Activate the lever to your right and then switch to Holmes. Oh, okay. Holmes can now... Whoa. Holmes can now head up the stairs to the gate where Watson is. On the other side of the corridor. Okay. And now... this one. And
Are
now
we inside the hidden temple of Mithras, Holmes?
okay. I think we can leave now. Okay. Damn it. What the fuck happened? Okay. So do we go back to here? Oh, you stupid thing. I don't know, I'm just gonna try it.
I'm trying to rest.
I'm not sure that I can be helpful.
Well, shit. Guess it's not here. Well, we're gonna have to make more deductions.
Mr. Garrow, allow me to introduce you to Dr. Watson.
Mr. Garrow, please do not be alarmed. We only wish to help you. You were under an intolerable stress, but it's over now.
What?
I can attest that your medication affected your judgment. You will not recall, but it caused you to temporarily lose control.
Did I? Are you saying I killed Sir Rodney?
I am afraid so. For as my doctor will persist in reminding me every single day, drugs can be harmful. You developed a malevolent obsession with Sir Rodney. You believed him to be unworthy, sacrilegious.
Oh,
Do not distress yourself. Prison is clearly not a suitable environment for you.
what is my environment then?
You're suffering from an acute form of melancholia, but you can and will be cured. All you need is rest and detoxification. I will take care of every detail.
Yes. The Abbey Grange affair. That's the next one.
The game is afoot. Not a word. Into your clothes and come. I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade. A letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
Well, let's look at the fat lady. There she is. Okay. And then let's talk to Toby.
I agree with...
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should...
I'm
I
trying.
agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
Okay. Letter on the table? Where?
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should...
I'm looking for it. What table?
This is where I keep my post.
Well, that's obviously not where the letter is. Is it over here? There it is.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. The Brackenstall family coat of arms. A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
Dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I found it. But I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade. Okay.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
I'm gonna look around the room.
Lord Ramsay Brackenstall. Baron Lyndon Brackenstall.
Hello? Oh, you stupid thing.
Sir Warthen Brackenstall. Lord George Brackenstall.
Lady Brackenstall away.
Shut up, I wasn't trying to talk to you. Come on. You have to look at all the fucking paintings, you idiot. Now turn around. No, I don't want to talk to you. Can you move? Got it, there.
Lord Brigham Brackenstall. The
There.
Brackenstall family seems rather austere.
There, now get away from me.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Alright, let's examine you. Fresh bruises. Okay. Pale cheeks. Gold brooch, kangaroo, Australian origin. Elegant dress. Old bruises. Wedding ring.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
I think you killed your
ladyship.
husband. Alright, let's look around this room. Family business booming. Less than a fortnight ago, this infamous family of burglars, the Randalls, as they are known, made their reappearance by way of a brutal but successful intrusion into homes in Sydenham. The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including that of the name of the victim. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all three men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile on this family of delinquents. We would take the liberty of reminding our esteemed readers about this highly dangerous band and to provide the full description as it is available at this moment. The gang has been in business for some considerable time, being a family of three, a father and his two sons. The elder, Jack Randall, is a man of his 40s and already gray-haired, while of average height and build, being the mastermind behind the burglaries. He retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age, but very different in appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered with a small, disproportionate head. The younger brother, Melvin Randall, is of a somewhat weaker constitution and is as skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for the exceptionally brutal pirate career they enjoyed before returning to the England. Be alert, and may your valuables stay safe.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would say. So the robbery was faked and the whole story invented in order to blame Sir Eustace. I'm going to say that one, because I think she did it. Because being abused, it's always the wife. Or should I say, it's always the spouse. Okay. Ooh, picture. Ooh, something. Scratches on the wall.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame. This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it.
Okay.
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one?
Well, let's look at the back of the picture and find out.
So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
Okay. So that gives me some more dialogue. Let's talk to her next.
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
After I check you out. Wrinkles. Huh, you're not going to say nothing about the dirt? Working hands. Coffee stain. What did I miss? There's one more thing, but I'm not highlighting anything. I already got that. I already got that. Why is there nothing like right here? And why can I go down this far? I'm not skipping. So freaking weird. Why am I not seeing it? Just gonna go completely over Oliver. Maybe it'll show up. Okay.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
Alright, are you gonna tell me to lockpick it?
Let us try to open this safe. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
What? That one's not even moved. Wait. There we go. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of hepatic decomposition. That last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There is a particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are the lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by anatulation to the nervous system, which is in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed extremely hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I'm available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options.
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal. Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
Okay. Now what? Inspect the crime scene in the dining room. Okie dokes.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Okie dokie.
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me. A fur trader's cabin.
Do I have to look at all the paintings in here too? Yep.
A hunter scene.
But Watson's in my way on this one, so I don't know if it's gonna let me. Let's just not worry about it for the moment.
A trapper's hut. A trapper's hut.
Okay, well, we can open those
The
doors.
hunting scene. A hunter's cabin.
Not gonna say nothing about that one. Okay.
The hunting scene. This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen. An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents. These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France. A bottle of wine is missing here. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there. So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
That must be the murder weapon. The head was cracked with the force of the blow. Barefoot, he had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress. Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon.
Anything else? Yeah, apparently there is.
It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Okay. The death of Sir Eustace could have been due to a poker blow. Well, duh. That's actually obvious. Okay. The death of Sir Eustace could have been due to his accidentally striking his head on the fireplace grate, or the death. I'm gonna say this. Yep. Nothing else goes together right now. Okay. This must have been the chair.
Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me. This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
Okay.
A deer hunt. A decanter standing next to the open bottle. An inseparable pair indeed. Chateau Calon-Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear.
Okay, now what? Oh, we gotta go get Toby. Okay. Let's go get the puppy dog. Okay, first let's examine the rope.
Let us see how the rope was cut. The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut. Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope. The fibers from this cut appear to be different. The fibers from this cut appear to be different. If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the original.
The rope was cut with a sharp knife and tied quickly with sailor's knots. It could indicate the intruder had a sailor's background. Okay. Alright, Toby.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
Okay, and then go back.
Search, Toby.
Now we get to be the dog. Follow his nose. This is cool.
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
And then this way? Oh, the well?
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
And
the intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
Well, first we're gonna go check out the shed.
This hook might be useful. Small gardening tools, nothing of great interest. Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved. This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
Okay, then a well.
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it?
There's the silverware.
Silverware? This is hardly a coincidence. The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
Imitated robbery. The robbery could have been imitated to explain the silverware was not supposed to be found. Yes. Okay, and then do we go to the wall where they went? Which wall?
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
Okay. Do we go out? No. But we need to go talk to what's-her-face. And be like, I think you did it. There was no burglary. You killed your own husband. We got some explaining to do.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Liar.
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship?
Do you have anything to say?
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead. But a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his False London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Very shortly after arriving, England remained at home during that time. Okay. Lady is acquainted with someone from... It's either that or that. I'm gonna go with that for now. And then... not 3 people. I would say her and her mistress, or the dude that could be a sailor. Okay.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Please leave my Mary alone. She suffered so much, she deserves some rest.
Okay. Do I talk to you? Yeah.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
Yep, domestic violence. Sir Eustace murdered by the one person who was visiting that night. It was he who tied up. He is tall and strong. Look for a sailor. Okay. This is a short case, but that's all good. Okay. $18.93.
Here it is.
A Rock of Gibraltar, a bulk carrier from the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, has returned from a 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand, and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family, owning land and tin mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Brackenstall for one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent.
The shipping company? The Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
No, I don't want to look at the fat lady. There we go. I said no. God, the hitbox is so fucked up. Right there, please.
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893, and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Okay, well, where'd you put it? There it
This
is.
list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
Okay, that's the... May 28th, May 17th. I don't know. 1894.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. I do not think that this sailor has any connection to the case.
Nope.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime. This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime. Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Thomas and Herbert. No.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This
And this
officer
one.
is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Okay.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him. Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Sometime later.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Check you out first. Clear look, honest. Okay. Strong build. Whoa, that's fast. Newspaper ink. Clean boots. New sea knife.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You? And what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right, if there was no evidence.
What then?
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night?
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No. There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the...
He's lying. That's what I'm gonna say.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Barely an hour has passed.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this. You should have let me die. How can I live if Mary suffers?
I am sorry, Captain Crocker, but there has been quite enough death in this case. Inspector, I give you Sir Eustace's killer. He tried his best to perform his own justice.
Well, I'm not surprised. Yes, it was me. I confess.
Here is a piece of evidence that can be used in court.
Perfect. A case that went smoothly for once.
Cool. 2 cases in 1 video. So we'll do the Kew Gardens, which I think is the last case for this game, next time, which will be Monday. So y'all have a good weekend. My name's Sirius Graves. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends to do the same, and I'll see y'all Monday. Bye.